If not, we'll fix it in post.
We will fix it in post. All right. So what? This is iPod. No, not iPod. This is podcast.
We're not sponsored by Apple.
We're not sponsored by Apple.
No, this is a podcast I brought up months ago.
Yeah, so
I had no clear direction. I really didn't think we would get this far.
Is that what you were thinking? Like you were just like blowing smoke?
I wasn't blowing smoke. I didn't think we'd get here this fast.
Dude, when I mean something, I'll do it.
Oh yeah.
So welcome to podcast 1. Well, we haven't come up with an official name yet. I am Edward Rios. I did cinematography on some movies here, some short films in the Valley. Next to me is my partner in crime, editor and chief. Explain yourself to the people there, Martin.
My name is Martin Aguero. I did a little bit of editing for the Unscrewed movies. So it was AC from both of them.
Yeah.
A little bit of PA work. I kind of all over the place.
Yeah, you did some things. Like, well, I guess we should start how we first met, right? Like, who you first met? I first met you through Hunter.
Well,
right?
We officially met at the Unscrewed 1 production meeting.
Yeah.
Over at Chris's his warehouse, his towel store. I don't know what the hell it was.
Right. And who called you for this production meeting? Was it Hunter?
Yeah, it was Hunter. So
you knew him through GCC?
Yeah, we had a couple classes with each other, and then one day he was like, "Hey, I'm making a movie with I don't know if he said friends or just other people, but he said, "Hey, I'm making a movie, and if you want to help out, that'd be cool." So I was like, "Okay, I'm on board."
I mean, I could just chalk that up as both being true, knowing him. That is cool. So yeah, we met at Chris Galvin's his workhouse or his warehouse.
Yeah, we were
for a floor store.
We were in that room at the top floor, and
yeah,
I think I met most of the cast, right? Or being the crew.
It was a good portion of the crew. I remember like one or two people that showed up didn't show up for the rest of the shoot, but yeah, it was pretty much a majority of the crew. Yeah, you came in. I remember Hunter introducing me to you, and we were like, let's make some magic.
It was strange because I go in, and the only person I knew was Hunter.
How did that feel? Like just feeling like the introvert you are, just
naturally
meeting
I'm
a bunch
an
of
introvert,
people.
And you put me in this situation where I know absolutely no one except for Hunter.
Yeah,
and Hunter's too busy talking for everybody else because he's he's one of the guys in charge. He's the main guy. So,
it was kind of a weird setup because like. Here we were, like, we're preparing for, like, a bunch of people to show up.
Well, the thing is, we were in, like, a circle, like, if we were doing one of those
A meetings. And, well, like, it was crazy because I had gear set up just in case people wanted to see it or just to display what we might be using. Like, it was my gear that I bought. It was a jib. It was a regular vest for the gimbal, for the...
I think you had the crane. No.
Yeah, it was the crane. It was the jib. Yeah. And I had the...
You had a camera, but it wasn't the C100.
No, it was the T6. It was a T6 latched on to the Steadicam.
Because that, I remember you emphasized with us that this is not what we're going to use.
Yeah, like
just for show.
Like I was so ashamed of it. Like this is my DSLR, and we'll be using this for the rest of the movie. Yeah, I remember that vividly. Now that I think about it, it was actually my birthday. It was my birthday when we did that. Cause like we were all getting together, and I remember my mom like texting me like, "Oh, you were born officially at 12:57 p.m." Like I got a text in the middle of the setting up, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I really remember that. So that was crazy. That's right. It was my birthday.
Yeah, I don't remember much from that at all. I remember I showed up. It was a pain to drive out there because I live all the way over here, in Peoria.
That was a pain for you.
Yeah, it was a pain for you too. I'll let you rant about that later.
Oh man,
because basically everywhere you drive is a pain, anyways.
Everywhere I go, dude, You can't say that I don't love what I do and I don't love you guys, because I take painstakingly time out of my way to go out there and stress out on the road to drive to wherever we need to go. But again, I'm just bitching. So what were you gonna say?
No, I just remember the drive out there was strange because I'm usually never in that area. Having to find it was hard too because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know it was a tile store, warehouse, whatever the hell.
The floor store in Mesa.
I was like, I don't know if this is the right place, but it's the address that Hunter gave me. So, I go in, and the one thing I remember is that at the end, you had us sign up for jobs that we wanted, or
that was
that we wanted.
That was actually like a overall emphasis from all of us. I
didn't get what I signed up for.
No. Oh yeah, you wanted an editor, right?
No. I mentioned I wanted to edit. But in terms of actually on set, I think I wrote my name down for like script supervisor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's right. That's what you came in for in the first place. At least that's what I think Hunter told me. He was like, yeah, I can get like a script supervisor for us.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he was telling me about that. And he's like, yeah, he's normally an editor, but I know since you're editing the movie, I'll just have him be the supervisor. I can't. Well, I think it's all starting to come back.
There's supposed to be a couple other kids from GCC that were supposed to come in too. Or not supposed to, but he asked if they were interested in.
Of course.
No one else came besides me. So.
Yeah, we can get into that whole different issue of GCC kids on a different time. But yeah, you were the few that did come.
That's... before you go on, that's me, and then Michaela was there too, and that kind of set up the rest of the group for years later.
Oh yeah, history was made.
I like to think of it as you, Casey, Alex, and Hunter were like
the four.
The four.
Yeah.
And me and Michaela were like DLC that you bought afterwards.
With downloadable DLC. Yeah. Get the Michaela and Martin DLC pack.
That's how I always think about it. That's how I always think about it.
Like a video game. That's funny. It was all fun. Like I remember, we were just done finishing Left in Black. My buddy Zach Trussell left to Chicago to fulfill his dreams there, and Hunter was talking to Casey and Alex because they knew each other from school, and I get a call from Hunter saying, hey man, like I would love to help us out with this. Like it wasn't even a role yet. It was just like, just help out in any way you possibly can. And I'm like, I knew him, like we already did 2 movies together, so of course I saw Hunter as already a good friend, so I was like, of course I'll help you out, man. And it was like Alex set the precedent, because like afterwards during this phone call, I just hear Alex going, hey Ed, do you think Hunter's rich? And I'm like, why do you ask that? And he's like, he's got a castle for a house, man. I think he's just totally rich. And I already knew then and there, like, okay, Alex is gonna be a cool dude, because I already knew Alex from Left in Black, because he did help out as like second assistant cam work on Left in Black at the end. So I already had a rapport. It was Casey, who I just never met, who I just barely met.
So Casey, you met on Unscrew. That's kind of your first interaction.
Casey, I first met Casey at the film bar at the premiere of Left in Black. See, Casey and Alex came to support Hunter because they knew Hunter, so they came to see Hunter's movie. And, well, Zach's movie, co-written by Hunter. And
or actually it was...
Okay, we don't need to get into that right now. That's a whole different fucking episode. But anyways, I digress. So I was talking with one of the actors there of Left in Black, and then I met Casey through there because he was talking with Alex and Hunter, and I just decided to scoot myself in and introduce myself to them more formally. And yeah, that's when I first, like, my first impression of Casey, this is a cool dude. He seems like a really good guy, and I think I could be really cool friends with this guy. He seems like a really cool guy, and I'm not just saying that now to kiss his ass. Honestly, it was just like, this is the type of guy who I would be friends with if, like, back in the school days, back in my old youth. Like, he reminded me of some friends, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. So right then and there, like, I hit it off with him afterwards when Hunter brought me in, and it was like we started doing these meetings every Tuesday in the night to do pre-production on the first Unscrewed, I read the script. I really liked it. I really dug it. I thought I could do something with it visually in a way that I kind of wanted to at that part, like where I was still learning things. I'm still learning things now, but I was really fucking green even after.
Well, it seemed like a good challenge for you.
It was an actual. It was a fun challenge.
I remember one of the main things Hunter always pointed out is that Unscrewed 1 is our chance to work together, but to learn and grow as.
Oh, it was definitely a learning process for all of us.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, every Tuesday, then we just started doing, these meetings, and like, I each had like my own individual growth and friendship with each of them. Like that for Casey, it was he had his short coming up, and Hunter and Alex couldn't make it, but I did. Like the one person who he knew the least out of amongst us four, I came and supported him, and I think that really stuck with him. At least I hope so. But like,
I think you were just trying to kiss his ass because he was a director producer.
Oh, definitely. Like I definitely wanted to leave a good impression with someone who you're gonna work with. Like that's kind of not out of the realm of the truth, honestly. I went there to like, cause I really liked Casey and thought he was a really good dude. But yeah, another part was like, I want to leave a good impression because I don't want this guy to think, oh, this Ed guy is a fucking slob or a bum. I don't want to work with him again. That's like my idea with everybody I work with. I want to present myself as someone who works and is a good, what would you call it? Workmate or coworker? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
To each their own.
So, what was the film he was doing at the bar?
The film bar was The Hitchhiker.
Oh, Hitchhiker.
He wrote The Hitchhiker, and well, he co-wrote The Hitchhiker, directed it, and yeah, I went there to chill. I met a few of his friends, and he was like, "Thanks for coming out, man." Like, no problem. I really like dug the film bar anyway. I love the atmosphere there. So anytime I have an excuse to go there, I'll go.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it later on at whatever time we do this again.
Yeah.
But the film bar is always a cool place to go.
Definitely a cool place to go. We've already premiered like 2 movies of ours.
I think we should record one of these over at the film bar.
Do it at the film bar? Yeah. That actually fucking that document that James made and he put out at the film bar before the premiere of the movie was pretty cool, I thought.
I mean, it's officially out now, so.
Oh yeah, it's out now.
If you haven't seen it.
Go check James Lloyd Striking Media's YouTube channel. It's on there. The video's out. It's pretty fucking dope. It's a documentary on how we made the first movie. I'll put a link there at the bottom. Yeah, man. But yeah, it's like we got way off. Like we started off just meeting you, just how you started. We started off as each other.
If we're talking origin stories, I think a good one is me and Alex.
Yes. Okay. I wanted to like transition my way to that.
Oh, okay.
So we were like. We met after that for the production meeting, and then we start shooting. And you weren't there the first 2 days.
No, I was busy. I was unable to be there.
So you never got to meet up with Alex at all.
Well, here's the thing. At the production meeting beforehand at Chris's warehouse.
He wasn't there.
Alex wasn't there.
Yeah, he couldn't come that day.
And
so it was like misses left and right.
So here's the thing. Me and Alex met in school. We had screenwriting 1. And he was a cool guy. Me and him got along great. There was another guy. His name was Saul. So he completed like the trio in that class between me, him, and Alex. I don't know how the hell he's doing, but he's somewhere out there.
The mysteries of Saul still continues.
Yeah, but me and Alex were cool in that class. And then I remember afterwards, Saul was going to take screenwriting 2. And I think Alex joined him in that class. And then my schedule just didn't work out. I didn't take the class with them. So and after that, I didn't see Alex the rest of my until Unscrewed 1,
right?
Which was like a good.
It was all building itself up for
I think it was a good year.
Reunion.
A good year. I didn't see him because it was like a good year.
Did you like honestly think you'd probably never see him again?
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Because like the main thing was that I never got his last name. I just knew him by Alex.
Yeah.
So like. Leading up to Unscrewed, he was on the call sheet, but I never realized it because I didn't know what his last name was. I just knew him by Alex, so I was like, oh, okay, there's a Alex on the call sheet, whatever.
Okay.
And then, what was it, 3rd day of filming? We were at Alex's house.
Go on. Don't worry about me. I'm just fucking with
I know, I
the
see that you're messing around with that.
levels here.
Yeah, so the third day of shooting, we were at Alex's house, and I get out of my car, and I go towards the front of the house. Everyone's unloading whatever, and then he walks out, and I recognize him, and I was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And he says the simple, "I live here." I was like, "Oh, this is his house."
Oh man, that was such a great. I saw that too. I was like, "What?"
We were both surprised because I don't think he knew I was going to be on set. I didn't know he was going to be on set. So I was like, whoa, Alex is here.
I remember he made such a declaration to it too. He was like, "Oh my God, fucking Alex." He was like, "Oh my God, Martin's here." like Martin. He was so excited. Like, I've never seen such pure excitement come out of Alex.
Well, yeah,
to that day.
It was a good year and a half, I think, at that point or something like that. But I don't know, that was a cool surprise, I think, for me and him.
That was a great reunion. Like, I didn't knew nothing about it and about you two. And
well, the thing is, me and him are kind of like polar opposites in so many ways.
But
yet we get along pretty well, though.
It's kind of like opposites attract in a way.
No, I guess, yeah.
It's like the yin to your yang. Like, he's so outgoing and such a opinionated guy in a good way.
He's a very loud guy.
I try to put it easy there, but yeah, like he's got so much moxie and fucking. Not saying you don't, but he's just got that charisma about him, and you're just like this dude who just lays low and who's just silent.
I speak when I need to.
You speak only when you gotta, and you do it at a constant pace. That is the joke amongst us, is that you just do everything in one pace.
Hey, if you want to do something correctly, you gotta do it in a constant pace, right? If you go too fast, you're gonna mess up. Too slow, you're too slow. You know.
I mean, that's your philosophy that I love about it, because it's you. It's totally Martin. It's at Martin's pace. So I don't
at this
want to
point,
ever change.
At this point, it's more of a, since you guys pointed it out, I'm gonna keep it up and just keep doing it that way. That's kind of how things turn out that way. You know, if you point it out, and I think it's funny.
Yeah, that's the funny about friends. You notice their nuances, and then once they point it out to you, you just can't help but continue doing it. Not just to joke for them, but it's also because it's just like a fucking a thing that you just do normally. What's the word I'm looking for?
Like a habit?
A habit. There you go. Yeah. It's just a constant habit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was cool. Like, we started doing Unscrewed 1, and you came to that was it day 3? I think day 3 or day 4 is when we started shooting at Alex's house.
The first 2 were in the desert.
Yeah, and I remember meeting you, and we started getting to it. We started getting work done, and you were manning the camera.
That was so strange, though, because it's like, I still don't know anybody on there besides. I mean, now I know Alex, so you can throw him in that group, him and Hunter. But it's still that I have to get to know everybody.
You don't remember anybody that you worked with there?
On that set?
On that set, yeah.
Well, I'm saying, yeah, like that first day I showed up on set.
Oh, yeah.
It was just Alex and Hunter that I knew.
That was it.
So it was still getting to learn.
Right.
And, like, I'm one of those, I try to learn how everybody, I guess, operates to know where my boundaries are in a way. If I'm ever going to crack a joke or talk to them.
Right. I remember you telling me.
So it's more of I kind of observe, the first few days I'm there.
You fucking stalker.
No.
you just watch everybody.
I watch and I move the camera. That's my job.
What is that? Voyeur. You do voyeurism.
Oh,
I'm playing. I play. Yeah, dude, that was really fun. That was a really fun time.
So we covered, me and Alex meeting, me and Hunter.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah. It was like a full 20 minutes of it. We just started. The origins go deep.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do a podcast for almost a year now, right? We've been talking about this for quite a while.
Well, there's so much that goes into the Unscrewed movies, and then outside of it, when we hang out, that shit, dude, it's a lot of entertaining stuff.
Yeah, it's always by accident. It's kind of like a friendship through needs of means, I guess, because you do editing, and then I needed to talk to you because we were working together, And then through working together, we just create a bond and a friendship. And I think that just comes natural when you work with people for a while, that you just don't want to stop talking to them. So you come up with excuses or ways to still talk to them, even if it means new projects.
Because eventually these projects come to an end, you know. Unscrewed finish, Unscrew 2 finish.
Unscrew 2 finish.
And then you got a lot of free time, and it's like, well, we're not working. We can open up the conversation to stuff more casual, you know?
Yes, do more stuff. That's what I mean. Like, when all the projects are done, it's like, I don't want to stop hanging out with you or stop talking to you. It's because I built too much of a bond with you guys, and like I don't want it to end, and it sucks when it ends. So sometimes people get busy, and so they do their own thing, and you just stop talking to people. But there's that small clique of people that you just hold on to, and you never let go for if they don't like it or if they do, right? So it is what it is, and it's really fun, and you hope like they feel the same way, and you guys continue not only to hang out, but we just continue to make more shit, and the podcast being one of them, right?
Yeah,
am I wrong in this?
No, I don't know. I don't know where this podcast is going, man.
No.
I think
what happens when we don't make notes. I totally needed to make notes to decide what we're talking about. So we're totally fucking.
We're just gonna wing it.
You're winging it pretty much. But no, I like how we start off how we knew each other, because that's how it's got to start off.
And like, there's so many other people, you know, in the cast and crew. We can go over that too, but we would be here for hours. Yeah. We talk about every origin story.
Exactly, and I kind of want to keep this to like no over than an hour and.
We can quickly mention a few of them, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Big one, I think James Lloyd is the big guy in the group, because he does all the behind the scenes and stuff like that.
The tallest dudes: James Lloyd, Casey Zenner,
Aiden,
and Mark Sandro. Shout out to him, because he really wanted. I don't know if you knew him much.
He was on the first one.
He was really tall, and
curly hair.
Yeah, curly hair. He worked in the medical field, and he actually helped out with bandaging the camera on top of the hood of the car.
He saved us that day, huh?
Saved our asses. He's such an amazing guy, and he's such a good filmmaker, and I wish him the best, and I hope he's doing great, because I haven't talked to him in a while, because I know he's busy. He's got family. So he was really great. Those 3 tall dudes, really tall, but really fucking awesome guys.
Aiden's our caveman of the show.
Was this sound guy who always will be and forever be our sound guy. Like, talking about topics of not wanting to not work with people anymore. Continue just wanting to work with people.
You ramble. I'm gonna take a phone call really quick.
Oh, you have a phone? Oh, I can just stop it right here and we'll continue. I don't want to ramble. I don't want to miss. I'm gonna stop it right here. You're spitballing. It's fine with me. I don't care.
So we're back from a commercial break.
We had things, we're back from your quick phone call. Like, what were we talking about? Like, we had things to want to talk about. Like, I still want to do a thing about chicken wings, about doing a review. I really want to do it, Mark. Like, I want to go.
You want to go eat wings and
I want to go. That's what I've been doing, honestly, by myself when I'm hanging out with Casey or Hunter. We're going to eat or with my family. I go and I order the wings every single time just to see how their wings are like.
Yeah, you'll get like the smallest batch just to kind of try it out.
Like, I just want to like test. Like, so far I've already tested out maybe a few spots. Hit and miss, but they're big chains. I want to go to like the small mom and pop shops, like the small areas where like only locally around the area people would know about this place.
Yeah,
and we would just go to them and then try them out and then just rate them and review them in our own time.
Well, there's that. I think we've also discussed sitting back and watching some of our movies.
Yes.
Because if there's anybody that knows what went on to make that movie, it would be us.
Right.
And then
like a commentary.
It always feels good to just trash on your own stuff, because that's what I would do.
I do it all the time. Ask anybody. Ask fucking Hunter and Alex and Casey when they see my Instagram. There's every now and then I'll pop in my own movies that I've done, and I will not shit on everybody who made them, but just kind of like poke loose fun at.
Yeah, I don't mean like we would absolutely call it garbage and shit on everybody, But you poke fun at the things because you know that there's mistakes that you could have fixed.
Everybody worked hard and they worked their asses off to make this film. That's not what I'm poking fun at. I'm poking fun at just the concept and how it was executed on screen. And to me, that's always just been a joy. Like, I only do this to my own shit. Like, obviously, when you will watch a movie in the theater, there's bad movies, and you just have to laugh at some of the things they do and you have critiques on them. But when I do it in my own movies, it's another level. And I don't think it's almost as the same as when I was a kid playing on the playground. Like what's this? I want to like try this or what are these monkey bars? Let's swing on them and see if I fall on my ass. It's funny. And especially my first 3 movies, I would love to review my first 3 movies one in a row.
We would start with, what was the first one?
6s and 7s.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Even Zach Trussell, my good buddy, good old pal Zach Trussell, even he himself knows that those movies are not the greatest, and he just dumps them and moves on, and they don't get no love. I'd rather go back and just laugh at them and laugh at good times than them just being ignored completely.
Yeah, we'll do that. The Great Bambino, still one of my favorites.
The Great Bambino.
We'll go over that one.
Oh my God, The Great Bambino. I just want to do a podcast just on that movie by itself.
Well, I think each movie would probably get its own one, right?
It would have to.
Like
we have to do a podcast on each and every one that we've done.
Well, it's basically like a watch along.
A watch along.
We'll play it, and then as we watch it, we'll stop and pause it, or we'll just say whatever on that movie, man.
The rest of our friends are like, just them listening. I can see them going, I don't know. Like, yikes. Oh, that would be great. I would love to do it. I'm down for that. Like, we should definitely, for the next podcast, I think we should do one. I think we should do 6s and 7s for the next podcast.
I think we start at the oldest one, so yeah, it would be that one. Then work our way up.
Work our way up. You had nothing to do with Valora, right? So we honestly probably couldn't do that one.
Well, I mean, you were on it.
If we do Valora, we have to have Hunter on.
I would want to at least have somebody on each one.
Someone who was on set or someone who had a big role on that, aside from me.
Well, 6s and 7s, I don't think we could be able to do that because it would be Zach. And he's not here.
We can't get Zach Truss on, but
hey, unless Zach wants to join us on Skype.
I mean, that'd be funny. Like, I don't know how that works because he doesn't fucking do PC shit. He's an Apple guy. I just like my Apple shit, man.
Yeah, you can get Skype on Apple.
I don't know if he I don't know about that guy. I don't know. Like, he doesn't associate with himself anything outside of the Apple brand. He's so fucking Apple. It's because he works there, and everything.
Yeah, I'm saying you can boot up Skype on his Mac.
I mean, I'll talk to him about it. We'll see.
Then join us that way.
I'll talk to him. We'll see how it goes.
Plus, I don't blame him. Apple's not too bad.
And like I said, I mean, I don't know if he would want to do it or not. It's like he's got so much shit to do. Well, he'll probably just tell me, knowing him, was like, just do it yourself. Fuck it. I don't want to be involved.
He's probably just moved on from that movie.
He has.
Yeah.
His old movies are like his ex-girlfriends. He doesn't fucking look back at them. Like, every now and then he'll reminisce on them only for a purpose of the critique and his process of growing as a filmmaker. Like, he'll say, oh yeah, 6s and 7s, it wasn't that great, but I learned this and that, but this part was shit and I learned from that part and we just need to not do that again. That's his concept. That's his attitude towards things.
And I think for the Great Bambino, we should have Hunter on that one too.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
he was in it. He
write
was in
it, but he was part of it.
He had probably
I honestly
the
wish
best role in the movie.
I could have one of the main actors on that review because the main actors, Adam King's, he's out of state. Matt Wetzel, I don't know where that kid is at, like mentally and location wise, like he could be anywhere. And Zach is in Chicago. But I guess, yeah, Hunter's the next best thing. He was not even supposed to be in the movie. Like, it was a last-second thing, which ended up being really great for us because it was Adam was supposed to be the robber, but he ended up having a bigger role because one of the other main actors gypped out the last night. But that'll be in for next time.
Well, we could have Hunter.
I wouldn't mind Hunter.
Your dad made a cameo in that movie too.
That's right.
You can have your dad on.
That's fucking right. My dad did make a cameo. I'll bring him in here if he's here.
I would want to hear his insight on that day on set. How was it? How was the catering? How they treat you?
Oh my god, he'll probably just say it was really hot. That's all, because I remember him wearing a tank top and a hat and just doing that like a couple of scenes, just a few shots, and that was all we needed from him. But if he's here that time we do it, I'll bring him on.
After that would be Left in Black. Right?
Left in Black, and then I would love to have Hunter on that since he co-wrote it. And there is a long backstory.
I think it would be best if he explains that one.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, Left in Black would be a very fucking tasty topic to do. Almost controversial. No, it is controversial. And I would like, because I know there's two sides of the story. I know there's Hunter's side and there's Zach's side. And those two cannot, those viewpoints are very different. But I kind of want to do my best to avoid that kind of drama. So,
I mean, I think enough time has passed, right?
Yeah, definitely time has passed, but I don't really know if those two are still salty about it or not. Honestly, I just would like to review the movie. I just want to watch it.
Oh, yeah, exactly, that too.
And just see how that whole thing played out. That movie...
I feel like that was your jump from, I don't want to call it first too amateurish. I don't know. It's you made that jump, Yeah,
it was definitely a growth.
Yeah.
Like, that was the first time I actually worked on a cinema camera. And that was the first time I actually, had to do multiple things and learn. And I learned more and understood more about the concepts of visuals and lighting. Right? That's when I first started working with this guy named Jeff Southwick, who I consider as my film teacher. Like, he pretty much... I never went to film school per se. I never got deep into it before bowing out of school. But he pretty much taught me the ins and outs of it all. And that's when I was working with him. We did Left in Black. And I think that's where you can see the differences between my first two and then this one, Left in Black. It was really fun. And that movie was not just a jump in terms of my skill set or evolving and growing more of my skill set, but that was also a big jump to opening more avenues for work and for meeting new people, a la Casey and Alex and whatnot. That was a big thing.
Also, that movie had probably the greatest blooper outtake of all time.
Oh, definitely. The stupidest, horrible take ever. Like, I will...
We should play that.
I will play that.
We will play that. That is fucking amazing. I love that one.
Greatest fucking... To this day, it's one of the greatest fucking takes ever.
It's like everything that could go wrong went wrong,
Oh, definitely. Well, everything that could go wrong went wrong with Unscrewed too. With that, you know what I'm talking about, when we were supposed to shoot here at my house.
I think that deserves its own.
That deserves
its own talking,
its own episode for sure when we go into Unscrewed too. But yeah, the worst take ever is probably one of is dear and close to my heart, because there's just so much that went bad that it needs to be explained when we review the movie.
Yeah, so that's a good one to save for then.
That's a good one to say. What else should we put on our mark on our checklist? We review movies. We talk about wings. Then we talk about something else. Video games?
I think this is just an overall. We'll talk about whatever.
Yeah, because I think this is an opening segment, a podcast of what we should talk about. Because we
both play games. We both watch movies. You more than me. TV. It kind of whatever is this is just a space to talk.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, not to copy other ones, but if we can get people on here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tiffany Ivy, we could get her on here.
I want to get all the people who we've
before she moves to Hollywood
before she becomes
she's walking the red carpet.
Before all of them become mega stars. Like John Hull is the guy I need to get on here, but he lives so fucking far. Casey, Hunter, Alex. Obviously, we need to get them all on here before anybody else does. Like, we need to get the first scoops.
We need to get Aiden on here.
We need to get Aiden. Oh, we need to get James, Lloyd. We need to get Michaela. We need to get who else? Mark Sandro. I would love to have him on here.
Well, you have a list right here that we could pick out.
Oh yeah, fucking Jake Castaldo.
Jake's a great guy.
Jake, the greatest fucking guy ever.
I don't understand why Alex's brother hates him.
I don't know either. I don't know why Nick has. No, I think Nick backpedaled on that. I think he's like now finally come to his senses that he only knew Jake when he was in high school. People grow and change.
I think he's out of state, but I would want Stefan on here.
Stefan. Oh my god.
I think he moved, but if
he moved to Florida. He moved to Florida. Alex told him like, "Hey man, you coming to the premiere?" And then he was gonna come without any knowledge of people knowing that he was gonna come from Florida.
Well, he never told us he moved.
He never said a damn thing. All I know is he got into a car accident. We had to pick him up to take him to set every day when we were shooting, and then after we were done shooting, heard nothing from him.
Which, by the way, is impressive. You get in a car accident and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go do this movie anyways. I don't need to worry about that for now.
A fucking black eye, and just hurting and from a car accident, and then still soldiering on to do your part in the set. It was just a fucking amazing.
Yeah, that guy's fucking just a great actor.
He's awesome dude to hang out with. Like I remember talking to him on set there. He's just a laid back guy who has a lot of topics on his mind, but it says them in a way where it's chill. It's like you can really chill back and smoke with him and just have the most greatest of time for hours.
He also had the greatest, I think, audition ever.
Oh, that's
because he came in and he did Stephen A. Smith as his
the Stephen A. Smith
as his opening
was probably one of the highlights of
and that was awesome.
Which is the auditions to the second Unscrewed, right?
Yeah.
Which I am actually editing. I'm like doing multiple edits, and one of those edits is editing the little doc, or not like little doc, like almost like a vlog.
Well, you have some behind the scene that you shot, right?
I got so much fucking behind the scenes shit. Like I'm still.
I think that James Lloyd got some too.
Yeah, he does. He does, and he needs to finish them, but he's really busy. I'm honestly thinking about asking him.
I think you should just ask him if he can take the footage off his end.
To edit it myself, but that's up to him. Like he may want to do something. He might be a little stingy with it, but nothing.
Eventually, one day we'll get
won't hurt to ask.
Blooper reel or something. I don't know. Eventually, I'll get to that one.
That would be great. Are you thinking about making a blooper reel for Unscrewed too?
Oh yeah, I started months ago.
Oh yeah.
I just haven't picked it up because I just haven't had the time. But the first one was fun to make.
Yeah.
I think it's fun to watch your mistakes or accidents and laugh at them.
Definitely agree. Which brings me back to, let's go back to full circle of after we did Unscrewed 1, people went their own way. We started editing in tandem, right? Like I was like, you didn't have to do too much, but I told you to edit one of the scenes. And then you gave them to me and I like repolished them. It was
for the first Unscrewed?
For the first Unscrewed.
Yeah, you and Hunter would give me a couple scenes. I would cut it basically my way. Well, not my way, but I got some guidance from Hunter and stuff. And then we would come back and then you would take what you like from what I cut and combine it into yours or stuff like that. Or because I remember I think it was a scene where Vinny and Cooper are eating lunch.
Yes.
If I remember that one, it was a good mix of mine and yours.
Yes. I remember that. I remember giving you that one because I didn't want to fucking deal with that scene. Honestly, I'm so sorry. Dude. I was like, he wants to work on something. Let's give him this.
Well, yeah, I was fine with it. Yeah. And then I got both of the trailers for that one too.
That's right. You worked the trailers.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. I've gone back and watched both of them, the trailers and the movie and all that stuff, and I was like, I can do better.
Yeah, you like critique your own work.
Well, like that's everybody though, isn't it?
Definitely.
Like you're always your worst critic.
For sure.
I'm never gonna be satisfied with anything I do.
For sure.
Never.
Like that, I was thinking that. Like I look at my movies, I'm like, they work for what we were going for, but I honestly think I could do a lot fucking better on a lot of all of my work.
Yeah.
Like every time I look, even my most recent work, which is Valora, I look at the edits. I checked his recent cut, and I'm like, from a visual perspective, it shows the motion, but I feel like for me personally, I can always do better at showing the emotion, working how, and that deals with just communication and whatnot to your gaffer and your director. I could have done a lot better job, honestly, for that. But I mean, I hope at the same time, I hope it comes out in a way where mostly everybody is satisfied with what's gonna be shown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, bringing it back, we edited it together. And then we were done editing, and we premiered it. Did you come to the premiere for Unscrewed 1?
I came.
You did, right?
Yeah, that's right. I went to both of them, yeah.
That's right. You went to... Because then you were telling me how you guys went to a taco stand afterwards.
Well, the first Unscrewed, I took a friend with me because he was in school for film. Uh-huh. So I was like, oh, come to this premiere. It's a short film I worked on. You would be interested since you're going to school for film and stuff. So we go... And then you told me about the arcade bar that's next door.
Man.
So I told him about it too, and I was like, okay, after we watch it, we'll go hang out there.
Yeah.
We were both underage at that point.
Uh-huh.
So after the premiere, we walk over, and we see the guard with his flashlight, and he's IDing people. And at that exact moment, we just turned around and we were like, nope, we're not even gonna try.
White flagged it right there.
Yeah, we just flew the white flag, and we went to some taco shop that was like down the street.
That was the taco stand.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember we were trying for the longest to get to that fucking arcade bar. Like, I think we overhyped it a bit.
Well,
just for trying to get... Like, how did you feel when you first got in there?
I thought, okay, like, I think it's just the introvert in me. I'm not a fan of big crowds and stuff.
Right.
So, like, right off the bat, it's a bar, and there's a bunch of people in there, and you gotta scoot around trying to find the machine you want to play or whatever. Mm-hmm. So like that right there, it's not off to a good start, but the games they had are cool. If you're into like the old school games like NBA Jam and all that other stuff, you would probably like it.
Yeah.
I remember.
What? Go for it.
I remember me and you were playing that Marvel one.
I think I know where
it was Marvel versus Capcom or whatever.
At the very back.
Which, by the way, you won because my controllers weren't working.
Yeah. This pertains to the story.
I remember I lost, and you wanted to play again, and this guy came up to us, and he wanted to play too. So I gave up my controller so he could play with you. And
he whipped my ass. He whipped my fucking ass.
With a broken controller too.
For a broken controller. He's like, oh, this thing's jammed. We might want to talk to somebody. Like, after whipping my ass like 3 times in a row. I was like, I just want to play with my friend Martin because I can kick his ass. Not for this weirdo. He just comes in barging and is like, hey, I got next.
Yeah, there you go. That's what he said. He got next.
Are you playing still? Are you still playing with it? I'm going to get next. Like, he was some like little school kid, like.
We were waiting
for... He was a 30-year-old man, and he was, like, acting like some fucking kid from back in the old school days.
No, if I remember, me and you played around.
Uh-huh.
And we were waiting for... Who were we waiting for? I think Dylan. Were we waiting for Dylan?
Alex, wasn't it?
No, Alex went to go drink or whatever.
Dylan Garcia?
I think it was
Dylan Garcia?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah.
I think we were waiting for him, so that's what we told the guy. I was like, hey,
right.
we're waiting for our friend so he could play with us too.
And he was like, no, that's bullshit. That's right. That's right. He was like, no, that's bullshit. I got next. And I'm like, fine, whatever. I gave in to him. I'm like, fine, dude, if this one makes you happy and gets you out of our fucking lives, play me. Just play me. And yeah, he whipped my ass. And I'm like, good game. And he's like, this controller's fucked up. We got to tell somebody. And then he leaves. He just takes his beer and goes after.
Yeah, I think he was pretty drunk at that point.
He was drunk. But that was fun. Like, the thing about the arcade bar is because I hyped it up so much. Like, I want to go to the arcade bar because there's so many times things happen that kept me from going that I was like, fuck, I eventually want to go there. And when I got in there, I was like, oh, it's a little smaller than I thought it would be. But, the atmosphere is nice. The games are cool. And they had a little DJ there in the corner. And I was like, it's not the greatest that I thought it would be, but
it may just depend on the time and day you go to.
I guess.
So that was at night on, I don't know.
The premiere.
The premiere was what, during like the weekday?
Yeah, it was. I think it was the second premiere. It was the second. It was the second Unscrew premiere.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was that during like the weekday, like on a Wednesday?
Was a Tuesday.
Was that Tuesday?
Yeah.
I don't know. Even then, it was like a nighttime scenario, so there's gonna be a lot of people there. But
yeah, so that's insane. We done a lot, bro.
Yeah, we did that.
2 years. What, 2017? We started Unscrewed 1, right? Or 2018?
We filmed that at the beginning of 2018.
Yeah, we started in 2017.
You guys started all the pre-production, in 2017.
Because that was like a few weeks right after Left in Black. and I was already getting ready to like help Zach out with his next movie that he was gonna do in Chicago, and then yeah, Hunter calls and I signed on and yada yada yada. We went through all that. And yeah, what we've known each other since 2018, I guess you can say, and
yeah, I think that was when our first production meeting was held, like January or something of 2018.
I remember asking you too, like, hey, am I being too shitty of a DP to you right now? And
No.
you're like, what the fuck? You're looking at me with weird eyes. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
well, because like you're the DP and I was the camera op. Of course, I'm like, your job is to tell me what to do. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be lost.
I honestly didn't want to come off too bossy or as a dick because I feel I'm in a point in my life where I A, don't want to be that, and B, can't be that. So I'm trying to find a balance of like trying to get across what I wanted through communication with sternness and convincing fashion without sounding like a pretentious asshole.
No, you were all good. I think the more impressive thing was that you were like through like the way you acted and stuff, the way you interacted with us, you were able to hide your age. Because I didn't know your age until like months later.
We go. This is it. This is the thing.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, you blend in so well with us, like, you know, me, Alex, Hunter, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Where it never crosses your mind that you're older than us.
I'm like 10 years older than you guys. By the way, yeah, I'm like, these kids are in their early to mid 20s, and I'm hitting my mid 30s almost. Like this December, I'm gonna be 32. That's fucking crazy. I don't even like realize it.
In a few weeks, I'll be 22.
Yeah. So
that's the crazy thing.
That's the crazy fucking part, man. That's right. Your birthday is coming up here pretty soon.
But yeah, like that's what I'm saying though. Is that you don't show your age by the way you act with us. You know.
Now, I don't know. I guess I was born. What would they call it? Ahead of my time or before my time? What would that be?
You were born in the wrong time period.
I was born in the wrong time period, yeah. I guess I was meant to be born in the late 90s instead of the late 80s.
You were born 10 years too early.
10 years too early. Because honestly, the people around my age are either fucking already in like stable jobs and relationships where they have kids and they're in their own careers and they own their own places. And here I am stuck at my pops and mom's place making podcasts with kids that are 10 years younger. And I fucking don't care. It's like I love it. I feel
that's also like that's also just a part of the job in terms of this freelance stuff, you know.
Oh, definitely.
Freelance video and filmmaking.
Yeah.
Is that it's not always going to be stable.
No. I mean, it's part of the dream, honestly.
And for some people that works, for some it doesn't. You know, I'm one of the few where that just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
I like having something stable and I know what's going to come.
Yeah.
But for something I do on the side, it's a lot of fun.
It is. I agree.
I know for you doing it full time, it's even more fun.
I love doing this. I want to do more of it, but I'm stuck in a place where I just don't want to be the grip or the camera guy. Like some people are cool with that, and that's what they're going for. And like my friends always tell me, like, just get what you can and run with it. But at the same time, inside my inner guts are telling me, no, because if you do that, you let yourself open to like people just, I don't know, stereotyping you as, oh, this is the camera guy we can go to, or this is the audio guy we should go to. Like,
so
if I want to be stereotyped or be singleized as one thing, it would be a DP.
So you've kind of set a boundary for yourself going forward, right?
Yeah, and I guess it's both a good and bad thing because I limit myself of what I can get. Yet at the same time, if I do get a role, I know I'm getting something for something that I want. Rather than just.
So if someone were to come up to you and be like, hey, I need a grip for this movie, you would say no because that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, like even like. See, that's what I'm struggling with because if they say, well, we're gonna pay, I would be like, I would struggle to say no, but at the same time, inside I would probably ask, is there a way I could get like a DP job or anywhere near?
I think the way to put it is that if you were to say yes, right, you don't want to be a grip. You want to be DP.
Like if there's if like someone say, hey, we want you to do this. Like I just got contacted yesterday saying, like, hey man, we want a camera guy. Could you help us out? it was not in camera. It was like second assistant camera or some shit like that. And I'm like, thank you for thinking about me, but my role is more towards this lane. Like, I'm more into cinematography, and if you want to hire me, I'm more about like, you have to get me beforehand so I can pre-prod with you, and I can set things up, because that's what I want to do. And that's what I love to do, and I don't want to settle for less.
And plus, if you're to join on a cast and crew where you're unhappy with your role, that's not going to work out well, because then it brings down the mood of the whole cast and crew.
I don't want to go on a set thinking, man, this grip roll's paying, but I'd rather be that director of photography right now. Like, I don't want to go in any set thinking that with I guess you could say hesitations, right? Or second thoughts about being there because it's something that I don't want, or that I'm not interested, or something I don't want to do. So I don't know, like,
well, that's
what I'm still struggling with right today, because like, I'm not an established director of photography. I'm not in the fucking SAG, so it's whatever you can get now is get it, because I don't want to limit the connections that I could possibly make if I take on a grip or a PA role. Yet at the same time, I don't want those same connections thinking, hey, I hired this PA this one time, maybe a friend of mine needs another PA, you can go work for him. That can be snowball into something. I don't want that to happen.
You don't want that leash like attached to you.
Exactly. I don't want that. Oh, this guy was a PA or a grip, we should hire him next time for a PA or a grip. I don't want that. Like, or else I'm gonna go, hey, no, I'm a DP first and foremost. I just helped out PA and gripping for this point because you needed help. But if you need me to do services for you, I would more be serviceable as a DP than anything else. And that's where like the slippery slope is at, you know? It's hard, it's tough. So my recommendation or advice for anybody if you want to be a certain part of or a certain role in something, go mostly for that role. As hard as that sounds, as easy. How's the way I can put this? As I make it sound easy, it's like, oh, you can just go for any role, right? And you're looking at your watch there, like, wrap it up, Edward.
No,
wrap it up.
I have an Apple Watch, so I get stuff on my watch.
You got a notification?
Yeah, I got a notification. So
take your fucking notification, asshole.
I checked it already. I'm gonna cover it with my sleeve now. There, I can't see it.
I'm fucking with you. Yeah, no, like, whatever. Yeah, it's like, it's easy to say, hey, take the role that you want to get and stick with it, but that's easier said than done, and I get it. Like, people just want to get into this business any way and they can, and I'm all for that. Whatever way that feels best for you, do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I know what I want, and that's what I'm going for.
I think it's more impressive if you stick to your guns and say, I want to do this, and this is what I will do, instead of kind of caving in and doing whatever small thing is thrown. Which, thanks, man. You know, it's not wrong to say that. There's nothing wrong with being a PA or a grip or whatever.
No.
Each role has its own significance in the on set. You know,
it's very important. For each role is important. It's just I fucking studied hard for this certain role, and that's what I want. Not
each one is meant for everybody.
Right. That's the only problem is if you get into the politics of everybody wants to be a director, everybody wants to be a cinematographer. There's nobody that wants to be a PA. And that though that may not be true for everybody, it's just it's part of the business.
I think it's just something as you work and you get more comfortable with something, you'll find what you want to do, and it would be a PA or maybe a grip or whatever.
Right.
You know, I'm sure editing is not as high up as directing and DP and stuff like that, but
you'd be surprised.
Okay.
Editing probably will get you more jobs.
That I will say.
Will get you more, and that's where that's where I wanted to go to, is afterwards, after we did all this unscrewed shit, you went on and got a job, my friend. You went and started searching for things and got a nice little created your own little niche there in the retiree. Are we
gonna delve into my job?
I'm just saying.
I like to keep my life separate from what I do there.
It's like there's a private life in my podcast.
Yeah, I like to keep all my work stuff at work.
I like to leave work at work.
But yeah, I will say, I went out and I found a job that uses the skills I learned from school and from being on set.
Yeah, that's dope.
Because there I do all the video stuff, and all the photography, which they go hand in hand,
Right.
pictures and video and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm doing more on top of it that I didn't think I would, but I learned it and I was like, okay, this is cool. But yeah, job searching for that type of stuff, there's actually a good bit here in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm surprised, but like I was gonna ask, like
I sent you a few of them.
yes, did you?
Yeah, like there was a few like wedding ones that I sent you. It was like, oh, this company's looking for a wedding videographer.
Yeah. Oh shit, my parents are on my.
Somebody's home.
I gotta close the door real quick.
Oh no, have her join us.
Oh, we're podcasting. I told you this. No.
No, yeah, you have to get like a sign on your door.
That's what I was gonna say. I need to fucking record like in session. That's what I was
It's
told.
in session recording.
Yeah, no, like I was gonna ask you, like since you got this job, you've had to take on more of a videographer, cinematography type role.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you
it's
learned from that? What have you learned? What have you?
Yeah,
gotten
so
from
going
it?
in, they didn't really like. They didn't have much in terms of videography. I guess in terms of photography too, because the previous person before me kind of just had the camera on auto, and they did all the work for her, and
Yeah.
there wasn't much editing. You upload and you use it for whatever.
Yeah.
So I come in and it's like, first I edit, but now I'm behind the camera a lot for basically everything I do there. I'm behind the camera, so it's, I know how to work it. I know all the basics. It's just getting comfortable with it. And especially out in public, because this isn't like I have no control over the environment for most of the stuff I do.
Right.
I'm in these concerts or
Yeah.
public events, public meetings or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I can't stop what they're doing and be like,
Right.
hold it, I need lights here.
Right.
I need this set up or whatever. I can't do any of that.
So you're working on your feet all the time.
Yeah, we have tripods. I hardly use them because I'm on my feet all the time, right? You got to be mobile.
Right.
Is a thing. And it's a lot of fun because you learn from your mistakes, Like there's stuff where I shot it this way and I was like, that's not good. I'll change it the next time. Or, I go, I don't know, I just learn from my mistakes, So I think it's fun. And it's different because it's not cinematic.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff. It's a lot more corporate. And that it's more of a mental challenge in a way. Like when I'm editing, it's like I gotta think of more of the crowd I'm gonna present it to, which I guess in terms kind of makes it easier for me.
Because you don't have to worry, I guess, because it's naturally flowing in its own thing.
Yeah, like
right?
an example is that first shooting some cinematic piece, right?
Right.
We want to get 4K and
Slow-mo,
color graded, slow mo,
24 frames.
Yeah, this one for the crowd I'm working for, and that's the senior crowd. Most of them won't have a 4K TV. They won't really notice a difference between 30p and 24p, and I can color grade it, but I don't have to go too heavy because they won't even notice it. So
they're not nitpicking.
But because of that, I can feel like I can be a little bit more creative because there's no boundaries placed on me. Because
right.
A lot of the stuff I do, they right away are like, that's cool because they've never seen it before.
Yeah.
So
you're just giving the green light and just to do whatever you want with those videos.
Well, that, and then I don't want to say it's limitless, but there's some money behind it too. So it's
and you get paid.
Yeah.
That's
no, I'm not saying in payment. I'm saying like in gear and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Like if
there's a budget.
Yeah, if I need a new lens, I can go up and ask, hey, is it possible to get this? And a majority of the time they're like, yeah, it's cool, or audio gear or whatever. So it's fun.
That's dope.
And then I'm like 10 minutes from your house. So
yeah, and that's another cool perk is that you live closer now. So when we want to hang out, you really got no fucking excuse other than just saying I can't do it or I don't want to.
Well, I mean, sometimes with that, my schedule's all over the place because we have something on Saturday morning. I got to be there for that, or at nighttime I got to be there for that.
And that's something we have to touch upon now. Like since your time is now like you don't have as much free time as you used to, you kind of got to like work away at how to work on projects now with us.
It's a strange thing.
Else.
Yeah. That's what happens going forward is that everyone has started to kind of pave their own path.
Yeah.
And now you got to figure out a way to intersect these paths.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier said than done.
Exactly. It's a lot of work in itself lining up schedules, man.
Because, if a couple weeks ago, I worked Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. So if we ever had to shoot during that time, I wouldn't be able to do that at nighttime. I've done Saturday mornings and stuff like that. I've done even Sunday a few times, but
yeah. Now you can't.
Yeah, it just depends. Or it's more of you just gotta have a really good heads up months in advance,
Right.
And then same with everybody else. Hunter's doing his own thing.
Yep.
Eventually he'll move, right?
Yeah, him and Michaela are moving out to L.A. Case is gonna move to New York here pretty soon. It's just gonna be pretty much us stuck with Alex unless he moves out to England, like he always says he's going to. But really, like,
is he back from England?
Oh, dude, he's been back.
Okay.
He's been cooped up in his little house, just I don't know, chilling.
Well, he moved out of
drinking.
Out of his
He moved out of Tempe. He's staying at his folks' place like me, and he's just I don't know, just going through the things, or just going through the circling the wagons. I guess you would say.
Just going through like the motions.
Going through the motions, figuring shit out. I know he's got a script. He's working on the new script. Veritrum album. It's fucking amazing. I wanna shoot it. I think like he's still working on ways to polish it, but when he does get done with it, I want to fucking shoot it. And I think he wants me to edit. So
what we still have to do is a Survivor tape too.
He already made his own Survivor.
Oh, he did. He made his own Survivor.
You gotta ask him to show it to you. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. It is so dumb, but it's so hilarious, and it's so Alex 101. It's vintage Alex Setzer. So that's pretty much what he's did. Like, but it would be cool to do another one with him, to actually just get out here in the desert and just shoot something with him. It'd be a cool, nice little cherry on top of his resume that he wants to put out there for Survivor. Good luck to him on that. But yeah, man, like we've already reached an hour. Shit,
man.
Yeah.
Whoa, this has been the most unorganized talking segment we've ever done.
Yeah, pretty much. But in a way, it's kind of.
Well, we gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, it's kind of like fit in itself in its own weird way.
Well, we gotta introduce ourselves and the people we hang out with,
our origin story, and what we want to talk about, and then also what we want to do later on next time, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, we gave a good explanation of who we are, who we work with, and what we've done.
Yeah, we got so much to talk about, so much to do. This will not be
this
the
is
last.
Like the building block.
This is the foundation of this podcast, and we got to find a fucking name for this podcast. We don't think on it now. Just sleep on it. We have plenty of time.
What about Odd Days? I like that one.
I think that one's already taken.
How's that taken?
By the way, shout out to Derek Gilmore. What a guy. We got to get him on one of these days because he's awesome.
We have to do like a super show. We combine our show and his show.
Alex, me and you, and whoever else wants to join would be great. That would be cool. That's just a fantasy of mine that I would love to have all of us on board.
I wish you didn't use the term fantasy, but yeah. Yeah. That would be fun to do, wouldn't it?
I mean, don't make it so nasty, my friend. It's just what I'm saying. It's a nice visual. But whatever.
Yeah, so we'll think of a name.
Yeah, think of a name. Text me about it.
We'll be more structured, I think.
More structured. I definitely gotta like fucking make a note. Like if there's anything you can.
We should just buy like a notepad and just.
Like you.
I think. Well,
I mean, what's wrong with pen and paper? I got pen and paper.
Yeah, that's what I said. A notepad.
Okay, whatever.
We buy a notepad and we just throughout, before we show up here, we take notes on what we want to talk about.
All right. Well, let's end this because I have to edit this shit, and it's.
Well, I think it's time for. Time to go eat.
Time for some grub.
Time for grub.
This has been Ed Rios with my buddy and pal. I said putty. I'm sorry. I meant buddy. With my buddy, Martin.
Well, we can't end it because we need like a outro song, right? Outro and intro song.
What
didn't have that.
What would you expect? What do you want? What kind of outro do you want?
Soundgarden.
What?
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden.
Can I get that, please?
You want Soundgarden?
Yeah.
All right. Fuck, dude. Here we go.
Garden Case. Can I get that?
You want Garden Case? Oh shit. Okay. How about Garden Case? I got some garden.
Oh, do you have some garden case?
I got some garden case.
Yes.
Please don't sue me. Any of the members of Garden Place, please. Garden Case.
I don't think that we have to worry about that.
Guys, please don't sue me. We'll sit out with Garden Case. All right. So this is Edward Rios, and
this is Martin Aguero.
we will talk to you guys next time.